just testing the lights, seeing how things look. There's nothing overhead. It's just natural light coming in along with the bird noises from the outside. But I just wanted to say that I wanted to tell a story about a friend of mine named Bill Wells. He appeared one day up on the top of the cliffs, drove up in an army ambulance that he got from the surplus yard, pulled out, and I saw this figure get out of the car, and he was kind of humped. It was a truck. He was kind of humped over and looked like something out of a Darwinian nightmare. He had long hair, and his hair went down his back of his neck. Looked like he didn't have any neck at all. And he had his board with him, and he was kind of hunched over, and he came over and said hello and introduced himself, and said he'd been going to the cliffs for a long time. And I said, well, I haven't seen you. And he goes, well, let's go out. So we went out, walked down the cliffs there, and looked out on the ocean. It was kind of foggy. It was early in the morning, but you could hear that there was surf out there. You couldn't see past the fog, but it just felt really good. It was kind of misty and probably about 70 degrees at about 8 o'clock in the morning. And we got in the water, paddled out, caught a bunch of waves, and had a really good time. And got to know him really well and introduced him to all the rest of the guys. He had come from down south, spent a lot of time down at San Onofre at the cliffs and that kind of a thing. But he invited us over for a birthday party, and he's beating on his bongo drums and playing folk songs on his guitar, and we just a strange guy. But one thing about him is his left foot was kind of deformed, and his left leg was shorter than his right leg, so that caused him to surf with his right foot forward, and we called that Goofy. So Goofy Bill was his name. We used to call him Goofy Willie, but then the Willie was dropped, and we just ended up calling him Goofy Foot, because that seemed to be the normal name for those kind of people that surf that way. Anyway, he played the guitar really well. Wanted a job at a folk house. Applied for a job at a place called the Rouge et Noir in Seal Beach, and it's gone now. It's a steakhouse, but he was there managing that place for a long time. Brought his friends in, people that did folk music and guitar playing, and one of his friend bands was called the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, and that was probably the most well-known people that played there. But other people that were just regular people played there, and they read stories and poems and just got together and talked about social issues and everything. It was the end of the beatnik era, so that was kind of what went on at that place at that time. Then the Beatles came along, and interest in folk music kind of subsided. Bill got frustrated. Surfing wasn't fun for him. People were hassling him about the way he looked and just the way he acted. He was kind of a goofball, but I think all the surfers were goofballs. But people were taking advantage of his inability to get up fast, and they were cutting him off. And he ended up touring the country, the coast, and looking for surf spots, and ended up, his father paid his way to go around the world, basically looking for surf spots and surfing larger waves. And he came back after about a year and had another birthday party, and he decided he was going to go surfing. It was then a couple of weeks after his birthday party, but he ended up going to Lunada Bay. It was a cold, late fall day, windy. Surf was really bad, but really big. It was probably over 10 feet, so easy. The shore break was about 5 feet. So we watched him go down the cliffs at Lunada Bay and paddle out, got beat up on the shore break, made it out past the break, and he had his Gordy with him, 9.6 with a red stripes and a big old D fin on it. Really nice board. Went out, turned around and looked behind him. He was out about maybe 15 minutes before the set wave came in. Looked behind him, took off on this huge wave. It was peaked, but it looked like it was going to wall up, and it did. It walled up into probably, maybe, I bet it was at least 15 feet. He paddled really hard, took the drop, assumed his back foot backside stance, took off right, and disappeared. The wall of freezing foam just engulfed him in a turquoise mayhem. And he never came up. A while later, his board washed ashore, and we went down and stood by his board, but he never showed up. The lifeguards were called, and they called off the search for him after 24 hours. But to the point, we didn't see him again. But we did see him again, but that's another story. But that was the big drop. We called him Big Willie with the big drop. So that's his story, and there's more to the story. He didn't actually disappear, but that's just a teaser. Tune in again next time, and we'll have the rest of the big drop for you. Thanks again for checking it out. Keep coming back. See ya. I'm out of here.